Welcome to County Culinary Community. I'm Chef Scott Royce of Loyalist Culinary, and we're making this new video series. This video series is going to be all about Prince Edward County. We're going to visit Prince Edward County producers. We're also going to cook some food together, and we're going to visit our community partners and graduates at their workplaces here in Prince Edward County. Welcome to County Culinary Community. I'm Chef Scott Royce, and today we're here at Carson's Garden Market just outside of Picton on Wilson Road. We're going to be visiting with my friend Kyle Jones, who owns and operates Flossie Sandwiches, and we're also going to be talking with Josh Galambos, one of our grads, who's working here as well. So come on by and let's do it. How's it going?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be here.
What's up? How long ago was it since you graduated? I have no idea.
It's been a while. I graduated in 2015,
Okay.
and ever since then, I've been doing quite a bit for myself. So I worked at Signal Brewery. I did that for 3 years, and then I worked at Burger Revolution for 2. Cool. And with those 2 years combined, I basically been working away, having a good time, learning different experiences with everybody.
And then obviously now, so you're working here at Flossie's.
Everybody's been shut down and stuff like that. Me personally, I actually felt really antsy not being able to cook because cooking is just a passion of mine, and it's something that I've always wanted to do and just have a good time, enjoy myself through it. And then Kyle gave me a phone call and said, "Hey man, you want to start working in April?" And I said, "I'm definitely down. I'm looking forward to it." And ever since then, we've been having a great time and doing really good.
Great, awesome. So when things happen here, what are you doing? What are you making?
Kyle's got different kinds. We got cold cuts, and we got burgers, and we also have sandwiches. Cool. And with us is that we try to keep it local, and we're trying to keep it in the area, so within the county. So we have different areas that we supply from. We have Opa Farms, and we have the Mushroom Cow Val, and we have different areas that are from different farmers that supply us as well. Cool. And we keep everything fresh, local, and good.
And so, I mean, you guys are out here.
Yep.
I see 2 different areas. Are you guys mostly cooking out of the trailer?
So the trailer part is where everybody goes to order their food.
Okay.
We'll have the menu selection on the side wall here where Kyle has done his great designs to the menu.
Yeah.
And then my area is where the magic work is. And there's 2 grills on the section there. And then I got myself a little small prep table where I actually have all the buns and the cold stuff on the side. Everything's all protected. And basically I just work back and forth on both the sides. And then we have the fryer, which is just right behind the side there. Okay. And that's just basically my little small operation. So what I do is that I get all the food, Kyle gets the chits, he sends it to me, I make the food, and then I basically just send the food back to him, and then he just finishes it off.
Puts it together and says, "Here's your order," and
Yep.
and off you go.
Yep, that's exactly how we do it.
Cool. So now I have some school-specific questions for you.
Okay.
So tell me about your experience.
I said to myself, this is where I want to be. This is a place that is going to teach me to what I want to do with myself and know the aspects of how cooking is, how different techniques are made, how you do your stuff, and how to become a chef and kind of get yourself a foundation to slowly build yourself up and to make a house of your own career. It was a game changer because it taught you how to become a leader and how to be a chef. We would teach our first years how to run the kitchen. So we would basically tell them, hey, this is the menu, this is what we're going to do today, this is our dishes that we're going to be doing for our section of the expediter, the sommelier, the back room, or the bake room. Each and every single one of us have our own sections, and we would work and execute, basically do our prep, get to know exactly what we're building for the dinner, and then we would start our execution of the night, where we would have a lunch service or a dinner service, and between 2 of those we would actually do rotation shifts throughout the school year. And having to do that, it was actually a great experience to kind of get a feel of how a kitchen works and how the system works in an actual restaurant. Mm-hmm. And that benefited me so that I know when I get into a certain restaurant, I would have an actual idea where each station would be, where each person would be doing their specific job or their basic description of their responsibilities that have to be in play. And I was very happy to have that.
A moment, a thing that stuck with you. Somebody, Chef John said this to me and it's been in there ever since, or you know, Chef Karen showed me how to do this. Do you have anything like that top of mind?
There were so many different things from each and every single one of you guys. And having to learn that from each and every specific way that you guys do things. Right. And for me personally, how you do anything is how you do everything. Nice. By Chef John. Nice. Do what scares you the most. Nice. No matter what happens, you're going to learn something out of it from Chef Scott. Nice. And from Levi is always write down anything that you don't know and learn how to do it by Google or ask the chef, and never be afraid to say, I don't know, please show me how to do it. And those things really stuck with me no matter where I went.
On the Flossie's menu, there's a whole bunch of different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of your shift, what is the thing that you're like, I need to make myself this thing?
I love the pork and petunia, which is basically Kyle's sausage pork wrapped in bacon on a Portuguese bun. So we toast the Portuguese bun, and then our house aioli with a fried egg and a slice of cheese on top. And then just a nice little set of fries and a little bit of spicy garlic sauce. That's how I do it every single time.
Right on. Well, that's good. After chatting with Josh, we wanted to check in with Kyle and learn some more about Flossie's. Thanks, Kyle. How did you end up in Prince Edward County, and then how did you get to Flossie's?
All the boring stuff. It's really just
No, it's good stuff, man. I love listening to this.
Fair enough. Born and raised in Ottawa.
Okay.
And I'm in the county round way of Toronto.
Okay.
Lived in Toronto for the better part of a decade, doing every job you could think of, completely nowhere close to the wheelhouse of cooking. But it was always a passion and a love of mine. My dad was a trained chef, so we grew up, ate very well at home, but it wasn't all it was cracked up to be in the 70s, early 80s, so he played it safe, got a job. Dad worked in the government, but we always ate really well at home. And that's where I saw his love for flavors and cooking for groups. So I just naturally, adopted that as we had growing up, having buddies over, and always wanted to have a sandwich shop. There's a little sandwich shop in Ottawa that you would go and pick out your bread and hand it over the counter, and you just tell them what you want on it, and you get a sandwich the size of your head for whatever change was in your pocket. It was just awesome. So I always wanted to have a sandwich shop, and I saw the idea of just kind of being your own boss and the creativity and anything. It's the ultimate portal, right? Anything in between two buns is a sandwich. So just had fun with that, and it was something that really became like this pipe dream. And it was my wife she's an entrepreneur, and she kind of just said, she's like, put up or shut up. She's like, you're going to talk about it. At that time we were expecting our first. And she said, like, is Jack going to hear about his dad who always wished he had a sandwich shop?
Oh, that's brilliant. That'll get you.
That's right.
And that's a little motivation there for you.
Right, for sure. And so that was it. And so I was like, you're right. And so I was working for this startup company 7 days a week, like grueling hours. My wife had said, she's like, you're killing yourself building someone else's dream. Right? So why not do the same for yourself?
Josh is sitting right here. Pretend he's not.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to know.
I'm not here.
About Josh and why he's a great employee, and why do you guys work well together?
He was very upfront in saying, hey, this is where I'm at, but this is where I want to be, right? And he told me, he was very candid in saying that, my hope is to have a food truck, right? So it's not like, 6 months into working with me that I feel like this guy's got a loaded, he's got an ulterior motive to try and learn stuff, and I'm happy to share that information. I encourage it, and I want to help him, avoid any of the hurdles or forks that I had to face. Mm-hmm. He's still going to have them. There's not going to be any shortage, but maybe I can help him get around them a little bit easier. I knew what his MO was, and it was to grow, which I think going into any job is what you want to do, right? You don't want to be complacent. You want to be able to grow and understand and be better. And knowing that he has an end goal and that he's self-motivated in the sense that he wants to have his own business one day those are all big check marks for me, saying, okay, well, I know that this guy's obviously driven. He wants something of his own. I can kind of help him along that. But also, too, he could help me a lot. Like, coming from a corporate world, I missed the opportunity of a lot of the formal training. Right. That he has, and Josh brings that to the table. I see it when we're prepping, when, you look at mise en place, and I'm like, oh, no wonder that's, you see how easy that can be, right? When something that would take me 45 minutes, Josh is powering through it in 20 because he's set up for success, right? And those are the things that I can see that he was able to get from his training. So really, it was beneficial for both of us, right? I know that jumping into any business, there's always hesitation. That I was able to just kind of spearhead through and just I threw myself into that, and I can help him maybe, take that plunge in a few years and make it a little easier. But also for someone who's in the thick of it, a lot of these daily tasks, mundane, tricky things that can, with working smart, not hard, that he was able to gain from his education. So it was good.
We wanted to thank Kyle and Josh for spending their time with us today and making another episode of County Culinary Community.